Hello, we are discussing about GATE 1995 ECE paper and this question related to analog circuits. A power amplifier delivers 50 watts output at 50% efficiency. If the ambient temperature is 25 degrees centigrade and maximum allowable junction temperature is 150 degrees centigrade, then find the maximum thermal resistance. That's we are going to calculate. So before calculating thermal resistance, we'll discuss some theory related to power amplifiers and thermal resistance relation. And we know that when the function of power amplifier is to convert input DC power into output AC power. While it is converting input DC power into output AC power, some of the power is going to be lost. That's why the efficiency, which is the ratio of output AC power to input DC power, is always less than 100%. Whatever the loss taking place in conversion, that is always dissipated in the transistor, that too across the junctions. And we know that when every transistor is going to be consisting of two junctions, okay, and those two junctions can be treated as, this is a symbol of PNP transistor, and one junction. PNP is nothing but collector is P type, emitter is P type, and base is of N type. So there is a junction between collector and base, that is JC, and there is one more junction between emitter and base, that is JE. So there will be two junctions. Across those two junctions the power is dissipated. The total power dissipated in the transistor is going to be PQ. For example, total power dissipated in the transistor, this is a loss only, is going to be total power dissipated across the junctions is nothing but we must calculate power individually across each junction, and you have to add both the things. So this is PQ is going to be, first we will calculate the power across collector base junction. Power is nothing but simply multiplication of voltage and current. So this is VCB into current flowing through collector base junction is collector current IC, plus power across voltage or power across base emitter junction is VBE into, this is, we are discussing about the common emitter, which is most preferred amplifier. So VBE into IE we are writing. So we know that when IC and IE, collector current, emitter current are approximately equal. So you can write it as, IC is going to be taking common, you can write it as VCB plus VBE. And PQ is equal to total power dissipated in transistor, IC multiplied by VCB minus VBE, VEB you can write. I am changing the terminal so that I am introducing negative sign, VEB. So this can be written as IC into VCE you can write. VCE is nothing but voltage from collector to emitter, that is VC minus VE, that is VCB minus VEB. So this is the transistor, that is power dissipated in the transistor by the both the junctions. So, and generally the transistor is going to be dissipating the power is in the form of heat. Okay, the heat is going to be, heat generated across these junctions is going to be normally transferred to the adjacent cooler region. Adjacent cooler region is nothing but where the transistor is mounted. Generally the transistor is going to be mounted in a case. So this is going to looks like in this way. This is a transistor that was internally mounted and it is placed in a case type structure. So first of all, the heat generated, we'll go with this diagram itself. So the heat generated in this, first heat is going to be transferred from junctions of transistor towards case, and from this case to ambient temperature, that is surroundings ambient temperature, which is nothing but surroundings. So over here it is going to be transmitting. So heat is transferred. Heat is nothing but heat energy is transferring from junctions to case and from case to ambient temperature. Heat energy. This process, the process of transferring the energy of the atoms from a heating material or heating region towards the adjacent cooling region, is going to be called as conduction. This process is going to be treated as conduction. Conduction is a process of movement of energized atoms from heating region to cooler region, where you will get less electrical atoms. So this process is going to be called as conduction. So conduction is moving from conduction process is happening from junction to case to ambient temperature. This conduction is very much similar. This conduction is very much similar to the conduction of electrical charge, which we know that is movement of charged particles, that is current. So now we will analyze this heat conduction and current conduction. From that one we will get the relation for the, that is equation for the thermal resistance. So first, current conduction. We know current is nothing but rate of change of charge, that is rate of flow of charge. I is equal to, we know I is equal to dq by dt, that is rate of flow of charge. And we can also write, okay, current is going to be across, this is V1 and V2 for example, and it is the resistance R. If the current flowing through this one is going to be I can be written as V1 minus V2 by R. So current, which is nothing but rate of flow of charge, which is proportional to voltage difference. So I is going to be proportional to V1 minus V2 voltage difference, and I is proportional to 1 by resistance. Resistance is nothing but opposition of current, opposition of flow of charge. Here also, if you are going with power is going to be treated as, similarly power is rate of change of heat energy, rate of change of, that is rate of flow of, rate of change of heat energy, heat energy. So P can be written as dE. E is nothing but heat energy, dE by dt. So the same thing can be expressed. This is also rate of flow of charge. Previously it is rate of flow of heat energy. Now the energy is moving from one point to other point. So here we can write the same thing in this way. Previously current is flowing through a resistance, and now the power is flowing through some resistance. So P, and it is nothing but change in temperature, because it is moving from high temperature medium towards cooler medium. Okay, heating medium to cooler medium, which is nothing but higher temperature to lower temperature. So this is going to be a resistance, but it is related to temperature, so we are writing it as thermal resistance, theta. So P can be written as T1 minus T2 divided by Tt, eta. So this is P is now the power, which is rate of change of heat energy, is directly proportional to difference in temperature and inversely proportional to thermal resistance, that is theta. So this is very important equation, where theta is going to be called as, theta is called as thermal resistance, thermal resistance, and that can be calculated as T1 minus T2 divided by P. This equation we are going to use, and thermal resistance is always related to the power dissipated across the junction. You can always calculate thermal resistance only from the power dissipated by the transistor itself. It is not going to be calculated directly from the input power or output AC power. It can only be calculated from the power dissipated by the transistor. Okay, so first of all, for the given question, we are going to calculate what is the power dissipated by the transistor. From that one, using this relation, you are going to calculate the maximum thermal resistance. And as you know, the problem is given as power amplifier is delivering 50 watts. Power amplifier is delivering 50 watts is nothing but output AC power. P0 AC is equal to 50 watts, and at power efficiency eta is equal to 50%. And we know power efficiency equation is nothing but output AC power by input DC power. So P0 AC divided by Pi DC. So from this one you can calculate total input DC power supplied is nothing but P0 AC by efficiency. So that will become 50 divided by 0.5. So that will be equal to 100 watts. So total input DC power is 100 watts. Out of that one, only 50 watts is going to be delivered to load, and the remaining 100 minus 50, that is going to be dissipated in the transistor. So PQ transistor power dissipated in the transistor is nothing but Pi DC minus P0 AC, which is 100 minus 50, so it will be equal to 50 watts. Now we are going to calculate thermal resistance, because we know how much power dissipated by the transistor. Thermal resistance theta is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by PQ, power dissipated. So T1 is nothing but junction temperature. Junction temperature you can write it as, okay, we will write this T1 T2 in terms of actual things, that is junction temperature. This is Tj. T1 is nothing but junction temperature minus T2 is nothing but ambient temperature divided by the power dissipated. So junction temperature is 150 and ambient temperature is 25 degrees centigrade divided by 50. So 125 divided by 50, which is nothing but 2.5 degrees centigrade divided by watt. So this is the answer. Thermal resistance is nothing but 2.5 degree centigrade per watt is going to be the answer. Thank you.